Stretching and mobility. A quick Google search shows a multitude of benefits from regularly training your flexibility. Flexibility promotes longevity, decreases chance of injury, as well as improves athletic performance. Some additional benefits to flexibility training are mindfulness, relaxation, and stress relief, all of which are very evident through the regular practice of yoga. Today, I'm going to break down mobility training and flexibility training into two sections. The first section will deal with pre-workout mobility, and the second section will be including post-workout static stretching. The goal with this is to give you some tools that you can take home and implement today to help improve your workouts. Lower body. Here we will start with the feet. For this, we will need a lacrosse ball. By rolling out the feet, we start at the beginning of the chain. This can help us release the calves and further down to the hamstrings. Doing this will increase ankle mobility. From the feet, we will transition to the piriformis, which is a muscle found deep in the glutes. We'll use the lacrosse ball here to loosen it up again. By crossing one leg over the other, you're allowing the lacrosse ball to get into the muscle deeper. This will hurt. After completing both sides, we'll then move on to the quadriceps. For this, we will be using a foam roller. The tactic that I use on any of the rolling techniques are typically going 1 inch up and then back down another inch. If we find an area that is very sore, we actually want to dig into that area for a couple pulses. From the quadriceps to the adductors. We want to employ the same technique here we used through the quadriceps. So again, rolling up 2 inches and down 1. And if we found an area that has a lot of pain associated with it, we want to dig into it a little bit. Next, we will continue to improve the hip complex. So we have some climber lunges. Performing these, we can go as slow as we need to really feel the stretch in through here. Want to engage the glutes at the top of the movement, forcing the hip forward. Following the climbers, we will be into some hip abduction and flexion exercises. The goal here is to mobilize the hip capsules as much as possible. Almost at the end of our list for the lower body, we then tackle the cat and cow stretch. These are yoga poses, and they're great for mobilizing the lower back. Next, the upper body. First, we'll be focusing on the lats, and here we will use a foam roller. We will use the same technique as with the lower body, up 2 inches, back 1 inch. If we find an area that's really tight, we want to dwell on it a little bit. Moving from the lats into some smaller muscle groups, we want to change our angle on the roller using the same principle outlined previously. At the end of this, I'm just trying to mobilize my T-spine a little bit to increase flexibility. Then we are on to the shoulders. So I'm doing a variation of a wall slide is what you'll see. Focal point is we want to keep the back nice and flat against the floor. The wrists and elbows should be both touching the floor at all times, and we're sliding them up straight overhead. Next, I'm mobilizing the shoulder joint with a band, and then finishing with band pull-aparts. And this should cue me up for an upper body workout. Stretching post-workout. Onto the upper body. The first is a banded lat stretch. This really allows to get a deep stretch through the back. Then I transition into my shoulder, so stretching the delt, followed by opening the chest up with a chest expansion. And lastly, opening up the shoulder capsule a little further. Onto the lower body. The first stretch will be a hamstring stretch. I'll be also using a band here to ensure that I'm getting a nice stretch throughout. This can also be performed without the band in the form of a straight-legged hamstring stretch. And you can use any surface that's stable. Then I'm moving into a quad stretch. Again, I enjoy using the band here, but you can also perform it without the band. So folks, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe.